Bradley of North Shore TV for providing the training for our crew and for the use of their studio facilities here in Lake Success. The show is broadcast on public access television. I'd like to say hello to our viewers in both Nassau and Suffolk counties. I would like to thank Sabrina Lacey, former commander of the Suffolk County VFW, for being our co-host.
Thank you, Ed.
Okay, hello, Sabrina. I'd like to thank our crew on Camera 1, Mike Felix, Camera 2, Robert Graneri, and Camera 3, Eric Spinner. Our audio director today is Beverly Allman. Our technical director is Gene Schur, and our director is Robert Lane. By the way, if you'd like to ask me a question or make a comment on the show, please email me by going to mardiv1, that's MARDIVONE, at optimum.net. Our guests today are Sal Scarlato of Suffolk County. Sal is the president of the Korean War Veterans Association of New York State. And Steve Bonom, he's the president of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 82. We'll talk to our guests in a few minutes, but first let me remind you of some of the veterans who died recently. Irving Nelson, a 95-year-old Navy vet. Lubin Hunter, a Shinnecock Indian Nation elder, was 104 years old. He was a veteran of the Army Air Corps, serving as a gunner, flight engineer, and even a pilot of the B-17s. Daniel Donovan, USMC vet, died at age 84. Daniel was a proud government worker and former Nassau County Conservative chairman. Michael Peck of West Islip, who spent 4 years in the U.S. Air Force. Carl Neuhoff of East Moriches was a proud Navy Seabee. Michael Lopiori passed away at age 96. He served with the Naval Air Wing during World War II. Abraham Portney of Old Westbury, he played a saxophone in the big band during World War II. That's tough duty. Joseph McNulty was the mayor of Brightwaters and a Navy veteran from 1956 to 1960. Jack Bartell of Rockville Center spent 4 years in the U.S. Air Force after graduating from Notre Dame. Buddy Smith of Levittown died at 95, a proud veteran of the U.S. Navy during World War II. Vincent Kearns of Smithtown, proud of his naval service at the time and his time at Villanova University. Melvin Schoenfeld, 98 years old, of Syosset. He was a corporal in the U.S. Army, serving from 43 to 46. He helped liberate slave labor camps. If you know a veteran who died recently and would like to hear their name mentioned here, please email me at mardiv1@optimum.net. That's the end of Veterans News. Oh, no, it isn't. I have 2 items that I'd like to talk about very quickly. The town of Oyster Bay is offering a Home to Heroes program. I hope you can see that banner over there. That's the banner that the town of Oyster Bay put up in their town parks. Okay, maybe we'll show it later. The banners, there's a phone number you can call. There you go. There's a phone number you can call if you live in the town of Oyster Bay to get this banner with your picture on it. As you can see, it'll be put up in the town parks for most of the year. It comes down on around November, around Veterans Day. But it'll be up all summer long. You can call for the town of Oyster Bay, 516-797-4121. That's 516-797-4121. You'll get information on the banner. Also, I understand that Malvern has a similar program. So if you've got any town that you're in, give them a call to see if they offer the same thing. Okay, the next item is the Air Force Association has something special. They have been recognized for a well-known project, the Vietnam Veterans. They give an award to all Vietnam veterans. Now they're offering an award to female veterans. If you know a female vet, have them contact the Air Force Association at their website, liafa.org. That's liafa.org. Steve, you do something with the Air Force Association, don't you?
Yes, we've been doing an event for the Vietnam Veterans of America, the 50th commemoration of the Vietnam War. Since it started, I believe back in 2016, and we've done every color guard for each event that's been coming up.
Yeah.
And we also we have given out over 600 specially designed gifts to each recipient.
Okay, very good. It's a fabulous ceremony. If you know a female veteran, tell them about it. If you're a female vet, you're watching this show, get in touch with the Air Force Association. You'll be glad you did. Now it's time for our guest. Okay, Steve, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Steve Bonom is the president of the, tell me what you're president of.
President of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Nassau County, Chapter 82.
Okay. And Sal Scarlato is the president, the state president of the Vietnam Veterans of America.
No.
The Korean War Veterans
That's
of
called
America.
the Forgotten War, remember?
Yes. Are you both? That's right. Okay. Sal, let me start with you. What'd you do in the military?
What did I do in the military? I did a lot of things in the military. Well, I was assigned as a BAR man.
You're a BAR man. What is a BAR man?
Brownie automatic rifle. It's a machine gun.
Okay, it's a machine gun.
When I first went to Korea, I had my M1, but when they assigned us to different units, we were standing in ranks, and this lieutenant came over and he pointed directly at me, and the sergeant went over and said, "We have a present for you." And he handed me a BAR. I said, "I don't want no BAR. They got 30 minutes to live." He says, "You're going to take it and like it."
That was a heavy piece of equipment, wasn't it?
It was a 20-pound weapon. The bar belt was 13 to 16 pounds. When we finally got our bulletproof vest, that was another 8 pounds. Now, if you add that all up, and I was only 140 pounds. There's no...
You were 140 pounds when you went in the service?
I was a BAR man.
Yeah.
But you're not lonely, because everywhere you go, there's always an assistant barman with you. Because 200 rounds goes pretty quick.
Steve, what were you?
I was in the United States Navy, and I served aboard an aircraft carrier off the coast of Vietnam. And I was the head baker.
The head baker?
Yes.
Okay.
And cake decorator. And I had the honor of being flown off the carrier to Hawaii to decorate a cake for the change of command for the 7th Fleet.
Wow.
I met General Westmoreland, Admiral Mora, who was relieved of command, and there I was.
I understand the Agent Orange and the offshore, the ships that were offshore from Vietnam, were they affected? Were you affected by that?
I was very active with that movement, Agent Orange. I worked with Tom Swazi on that project, and finally, 2 years ago, they passed a bill that we were awarded our back retro pay.
Really?
Yes. It was proven that the waters, the tributaries of the Agent Orange and Vietnam just flowed right out on the outgoing tides, and we cooked with it, we showered with it, and we drank it all day long.
Wow.
And we're paying the price today.
So you were in the Navy and you were in the Marine Corps. But you had a little experience with the Navy too, didn't you?
Yes, before I joined the Marines, I had an older brother that was a Navy man, and this was 1949. To save me, he says, "Let's join the Navy Reserve because we like planes." So he convinced me to go join the Naval Air Reserve in 1949. But I was only 16, so we had to lie a little bit. I was on a Avenger, the VC-32, 832 Squadron at a Floyd Bennett Field. But my heart was with the Marines.
Oh.
I saw a movie one time, I guess I was about 12 years old. It was called The Shores of Tripoli.
Sure.
With John Payne, Andrew Scott, Maureen O'Hara, and I really fell in love with the Marines.
Very good.
So my brother he was a dead-hearted Navy man. He was actually UDT. And he was 5 years older than me, but was like my father. So whatever he said, I had to do. So that's why I joined the Navy. But the first chance I got, as soon as I hit 18, I joined the Marines. And he got
Very
mad
good.
at me.
How long were you in the military?
I was in the Marines only 25 months. I got hit and I got a medical discharge.
Okay. And then you retired back to where?
I'm sorry.
What did you return to when you came back home?
When I came home, I returned to, I was a bum.
Be-
Because what I did was...
Were you
very
a married bum or a regular bum?
Before you get home, I want to read something about you that I saw on the internet. Sal Scarlato was born in 1933 in Brooklyn. He worked as a laborer before enlisting in the Naval Reserve, which you just said, and then joined the U.S. Marine Corps. He was sent to Korea in 1952 and was stationed on the front line near Panmunjom.
Above Panmunjom, about 20 miles.
Okay. He participated in multiple battles, including Bunker Hill and the Hook. He received many honors for his commitments. What was the Hook about? Where was the Hook?
The Hook was further north. If you look at the map, every hill, every mountain had a name. There was the Hook, there was Berlin, there was Yoke, there was Vegas. Vegas was very hot. And the Hook was, it's very hard to describe. Here's Bunker Hill and the Hook was up here. Actually, that was really with the 7th.
Wow.
And we were attached to the 7th. But it's like anything else, it was a major battle.
I see on your cover that you have a Purple Heart there.
Yes, I do. I got hit in about 3 months when I was in Korea. I got hit with a grenade.
Was that at Panmunjom or?
No, that was it's an area called Changjun. It's a little small town area. It's about 18 miles north of Panmunjom. And that was the Marine sector. It was called the West Jamestown Line. That's the west coast of Korea. I was there about 3 months. I got hit with a grenade. I had a hand wound, 2 hand wounds, neck wound, and a knee wound. I thought I was going home, but
They fixed you up and put you right back
patched
again.
me up. I was in, they flew me to a hospital ship. And first of all, when I went to the aid station, that was an Easy Company. And from the Easy Company, they put me on a helicopter, but this helicopter story was very sincere. The pilot, when he strapped us in, he shook my hand and he gave me thumbs up. So while we were in the air, every so often he would give us thumbs up. I was on the whirly bird, the 2
Right.
on the side.
Wow.
So when I landed on a hospital ship, he came over to me and he grabbed my hand. He said, "I'm sorry I gave you a bumpy ride." But the climax is 50 some odd years ago, I met that same pilot at a reunion with the First Marine
Wow.
Division. But I lived
Very
in
good.
a puddle of ice for 2 weeks. My whole body was in agony because my leg swelled up very large. And I actually saw, just doing it, and they took pictures of this, still shots. Kept going like this until it got to the point where I was on the dock like this, waving at the hospital ship, because that was going to Japan, and I was going to get on a Jeep and go to my outfit.
Wow.
Because the Marines were small. We only had one reinforced division. The Army had 8 divisions. So my $1 million wound didn't wind up because I still spent another 8 months there.
Sal, I served in Korea in Tongdashan, Camp Casey, in Korea,
Yeah?
in 1985, and it was considered a hardship tour. All right, and when I served there, and I say this to anyone who served there, even today, it's still a tedious thing to do.
Oh, of course.
So I commend you for your service and coming back home from that, because not only did you have to fight the enemy, but you also had to fight the weather,
Oh.
because it was brutal there.
Well, between the mountains, what I could never understand